Who's that?
Sherelle Parker, our mayor. What neighborhood does she originate from?
I don't know. I know Germantown?
No, she's from North Philly.
But
She's from 29th and Allegheny or 39th. Yeah, 29th and Allegheny or 30th and Allegheny. One of them right in there. That's where she's from.
Around that way?
That's where she originated from.
Yeah.
That's North. That's arguing, fighting, acting a fool all day.
Where she go to high school at?
She probably went to Central or.
You think
or
so?
something.
I think she went to. She went to Mansion.
She might have though. Shit, cause Eagle shit. Yeah.
This. Let me hear you all say. ELGLES, Eagle!
You spelled your little butt off.
I would like you to stop laughing.
No, that just show you how bad the Philadelphia educational system
No,
is.
they ain't got nothing to do with it. If you can't spell, you can't spell.
Right.
I don't care how I feel.
Right.
I'm not an Eagles fan, and I know I can still spell that out.
Only time I spell something wrong is when I write a rap.
Every time the spelling test came, they knew Sherelle to give them at least one
they
or
be
two
like when Robert Harris said, "What's her name couldn't spell?" Michael Spinks.
Right.
Yeah, she like Michael Spinks. She can't spell.
Right.
Robert Harris is like spell farm. He talking about E-I-E-I-O.
She could count,
Lord.
though. She was counting, though. She was counting all that money from that arena being built.
Oh yeah, and they played her
math right.
They played her like a fool.
He can't read that contract, but he got that math right.
She's getting something done with her math, right?
She did, but they played her like a fool. They played the city like a fool. They had them up there meetings, doing all this stuff, and the whole time they was backdoor meeting and sat there and was like, "Listen, we still gonna stay down South Philly and build it down there."
They was trying to rev up something. They trying to rev up everybody against each other.
Yep, and they was playing them like a fool. And the sad thing is, and from what I was told was that they had a secret meeting. Because you gotta remember the Commanders owner is the Sixers owner.
Right.
So the whole thing is they all got together and met and was probably already had the deal and said let them keep doing what they doing.
Yes, sir. We here.
That's right.
We up in the building. Welcome to the Oaky Doke folk podcast for your stinking ass. I want all y'all out there in a YouTube world.
Aha, baby. What do you know? It's me, Oaky Doke.
I got my partners here with me, and we got some things we like to get off our chest to talk about. See if some people agree with what we got going on.
Definitely. We got to get some stuff off and out into the world so they know what's going on.
The home of gangster rap, Philadelphia.
It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on out here, and we would like to talk about it. We like to hear some of y'all opinions on what's going on out here and what y'all feel about it. But we got some things that we would like to say as well. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to start off tonight. With me introducing myself, I am the Oakster. You call me Mr. Oaky Doke. It's Oaky Doke. You heard what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? But we always having fun with this. So don't take nothing offensive if we do say some things. We just having a good time. But I'm going to let my partners introduce themselves, and then from there we're going to get into this, all right? So to my right.
I go by the name of Bush Worker. If I ain't the greatest, I need to know why.
To my left.
I go by the name of Negatron.
Okay, we got Burke and Megatron.
No, Negatron.
Oh, Negative. Oh, negative. Okay, Negatron. We got Negatron. Right. And we got Bush Worker. To my left. My bad. I'm sorry, Neggy. Mr. Negatron.
There you go.
Excuse me. So, we're going to start off with,
So what's the topic tonight, fellas?
We got a few good topics tonight. But, the first topic, though, I want to get on is about these bad behind kids out here nowadays. They all ain't bad, but we got a few knuckleheads in the bunch.
Oh, no, we got a lot.
Bad.
We all was once young. You know what I'm saying? We all sometimes did a little silly stuff.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't really,
but we ain't do some of the shit they be doing.
No, I agree with you on that. But we ain't have all the access to the stuff that they got access
These
to.
These niggas smoke with their moms and shit, man.
Oh, yeah, then that's true. I agree with you on that. I agree.
Yeah. They taking a little too far now. Come on.
We had to go hard to smoke a cigarette.
Yeah, we have respect. Yeah. That's the first and foremost, right?
Yeah, that's true. Right? They don't respect nothing.
They don't respect anything.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah. They don't even respect themselves.
Look at it. I mean, look what goes on in the streets of Philadelphia with this thing that everybody want to be a tough guy.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody want to be this drill rapper. Everybody want to be this person that's doing what they doing. Right. And then when they look back on what they doing, they realize that when they get in there in them four walls, they start crying and blowing snot bubbles.
Right.
For mama.
Right, ain't no coming back because the stuff they doing ain't no coming back. They think they ain't.
That's the part they don't understand.
If they do come back, they gonna be senior citizens.
Most definitely.
I don't understand it, but I guess they like Chi-Chis.
I don't think they want to be senior citizens. It's like they living to die.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's kind of sad, right?
Well, you know who making all the money nowadays?
The record labels.
Well, you
And
know, they've been
funeral
making the
parlors.
money, you know.
And morticians, they making
Pharmacists
good
been
money.
making the money, but he just making it better now.
Yeah, that's true. But we got to try to get them together, wake them up, so maybe they want to do other things. You know what I'm saying? Because there's more out here than just that.
Yeah, but how do we do that? That's the thing, right? With this generation, how do we do that with the phones and
Right,
social
because
media?
you can't
You're
tell
dealing
them
with a
nothing.
different
You can't say
different
nothing
element.
to them.
We could have conversations amongst each other. This generation now, they can't even talk amongst each other.
Right, they don't. Right, that's true.
Right,
That's
they
true.
get offended if you say hello to them the wrong way.
And everything social media, like y'all said, they go on the gram. They beef on the gram. Your thumbs get you in trouble now. You know what I mean? Back in the day, they say your mouth get you in trouble, your hands get you killed, or your hands, however that went. But nowadays, they thumbs getting them in trouble.
That's the thing.
You know?
They tell them they self-incriminating. They ain't even...
Oh, listen, they got a whole task force watching social media these days. So again, you tell on yourself by
Everything is a live
everything.
stream.
Yeah, what you say? You tell on yourself on your Instagram script, and you tell on yourself in your music now. They doing it both ways now.
Most definitely.
Self-incriminating.
It's easy. I'm about to become a detective.
Talking about
Shoot,
somebody
boy,
snitching.
easy
Yeah, you.
money. That's easy money.
Exhibit A, track 2 on
right,
your album.
right, easy money,
On
and
your
everybody
mixtape.
doing it. Everybody, man, it's crazy. But
But then how are you going to chastise the understanding of a child if they don't have no respect for you? Right? It starts at home.
That's true.
Right? The problem that when we look at chastising, we start at home. We got to look at the understanding of how do we do things? Why do we do it? Right? Today's, like I had a little talk with somebody and I was telling them that it starts at home, but the understanding is you got to be able to break things down to where your child respects you. Right? My mom used to say, I pay the cost to be the boss. This is my house. Right? Today's kids, you say that to them, they'll tell you in a minute, listen, I'll call DHS on you.
Right, they got the law.
They got the law on their
right,
side.
yeah.
Right.
They call DHS on the lowest shit now.
So
Even
when
if
you
you
look
pick
at
if
that,
they picking your child up from school, they call DHS.
there you go. So again, the power and the structure of power has changed to where kids have more power than the parents. So again, the chastising is how do you chastise your kid without doing what our
Without
parents
getting in
used
trouble,
to do to
right.
us, right?
Well, you know what?
Man.
You know what my opinion? You know what my opinion is on that one? Then, if that's the case, cut all of that off. Now, who they got
Stop
to call?
doing shit for 'em.
Who they know? Not do shit for them. Turn the TVs off. Make sure ain't no electric appliances around or communication that they can get in contact with anybody.
But then they're trying to
once
say
you
that's
start
some
getting
type
on
of
them.
form of abuse.
Once you start getting on them, hey, listen, it's your word against theirs. They ain't got no proof. If they ain't got no proof, who they gonna tell the show? Now, if you ain't got no bruises on them or nothing, but you crack them upside their head real good, real quick, you could bust their ass and keep them in the house. You ain't going to school this
But
week.
you gotta remember,
got a point.
in these days and times, they know how to get you in trouble. Look at the mayor deputy in Camden, Marty Smalls. He in trouble for chastising daughter doing what we
gotta stop trying to be their friend.
That's
listen.
you going. It's like this.
And
Either
be
you-
more
what they say, you
authoritative
damn if you
figures
do,
than try
you
to be their
damned if you
friend.
don't. Listen, get on me. I'd rather you get mad at me for busting my child upside their head for doing the wrong thing than for me to be spending my money giving to you while my child's sitting in a jail cell for the rest of their life.
That's
So
it.
it could be whatever you want it to be, but sometimes you can't be scared of it.
I agree with
You
you.
know what I mean? Because who gonna help you bury your child if they don't go to
None of
jail?
them
Fish
motherfuckers
fry.
They
ain't
ain't
gonna
right.
help.
They not giving right.
You have a fish fry.
Right. Or what's the new stuff they do besides the fish fry? They go and do the internet thing where they all get on the internet. The
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. Right. They'll GoFundMe.
Yeah,
It's
they
either
do GoFundMe.
GoFundMe or Fish Fry.
Fish fry, GoFundMe.
That's it.
How about
That's
Fish
it.
Fry,
Oh, yeah,
GoFundMe?
Right.
You
That's
said
the
it right,
name of it.
GoFundMe.
Fish Fry,
Yeah,
GoFundMe. That's exactly what it is. All day.
There we
You
go.
know, and we got to just can't worry about it.
We gotta
I agree
do
with
better.
You know?
But I think we got to understand this, and this is the thing. We've allowed our kids a sense of entitlement, right? We got to be honest to what it is. We've given them phones. We've given them access to things. We've given them a lifestyle
That's
different
true.
than what they had before, especially us coming up from the inner city.
We didn't
That's
have
true,
that
'cause
growing up.
We
We
giving
didn't.
them
We
shit
didn't
we ain't
have
have. A lot of
We
shit
didn't
we
have
ain't had.
And that's the
We
key.
didn't have
So
that.
when we look at it, we have to fault ourselves for how we going to chastise them when we've given them what we wanted to give them. Why? Because you don't want them in these conditions and circumstances that we have gone through or seen.
Right.
So when we look at it, we're like, all right, I want to keep my kids away from that. I want to do this. I want to do that. So when your kid is sitting there talking about, well, I'm 16, 17 now, you going to buy me a car? You're like, well, hold on. I had SEPTA. But again, if you're not living in an area where SEPTA is being provided or public transportation, you gotta buy them a car.
Right.
So
Yeah.
then the sense of entitlement.
I got what you're saying, yeah.
So again, the chastising is I buy them a car, but I tell them they gotta be home by 11. Right? And they're gonna look at you like, real, for real?
Right, well, that's when all the fun start.
Right. So the understanding is you got to be accountable. And as a parent, you got to look at it and draw a line and understand that this is the line we're going to deal with. This is the line I'm not going to deal with. And this is where we're going to go with it. Because, again, chastising your kids, there's different ways you can chastise. Right? There's no need for belts and more. It's more or less like teaching them understanding.
I understand that. But now I'm about to go back in the day. You know, I'm going to tell y'all straight up. Back in the day, a belt would do the job.
It did.
The belt did the job. I'm gonna tell you.
Or the threat of the belt.
No, ain't no threat. The belt. Goddamn the hell with the threat. The belt on your ass.
Which kind of belt?
I'm gonna tell you. A nice size belt.
But whose belt was it?
It was either your dad belt or your grandpa belt.
There you go. That's the difference. Because my belt ain't work.
Or old good thick belt. I'm gonna tell you. Peep this. I'm gonna put y'all on to something. A lot of them people got their ass beat. But they ain't get a good ass whooping. I'm going to tell you who was the best ass whooper, who I grew up with. My dad.
There you go.
My dad was the best ass whooper in the world.
But remember them.
Hold on, let me finish telling y'all about the ass whooping. My dad had a technique to his ass whooping. Serious, I'm going to tell you what his technique was. You know when your parent bust your ass, you try to run around and make them try to chase you and all that?
Yeah.
No, Pops ain't play that. My Pops like, come here. You think he let you run around for a minute? He be like, oh, that's it, nigga. Mm-hmm. He used to make me bend over, put my head between his legs. So now only ass is out. Ass is out. Just nothing but my red ass. And he had a grip on my motherfucking neck and shoulders with his knee. You know, he wasn't that big. So he thin too. Man, wear my ass out. You heard me? After you get your ass whipped like that a couple times, you go to sleep and you're going to get your act together.
And you don't get no dinner that
That's
night.
right. You ain't going back acting a fool no more.
No.
You heard me? No. I used to but I was hard-headed.
Me too.
I used to get my ass whipped all the time. I had to get a little bit of that medicine at least twice a month.
Damn.
At least twice a month. On some real, at least twice a month. I ain't going to lie.
24 times a year?
Basically, I had to get it. Until I realized it ain't worth it. You know, after your ass be sore, you get a little bit of skin off that ass. One time I got the skin whipped off my ass for guess what I did, though? I deserved it. Guess what I did? Set the clubhouse on fire. We all sitting in the clubhouse. We chilling. You know how back in the day you make clubhouses out of doors and all that stuff. So we made our little clubhouse. We sitting at a can. So we throwing paper in there, got the fire burning. My silly behind, I'm throwing batteries in the fire. And they were like, yo, stop, don't do that. I'm throwing wood, more wood. So it got to the point where the smoke started going over to the little block, going on the bridge. So everybody on the bridge see all this smoke, and all of our little silly asses still sitting in there, chilling, coughing, and they like,
no, y'all in the fucking
we great kill ourselves. Next minute I know, who I hear out of nowhere? My pop. And you know how my pop called my name, yo. So yeah, right. That nigga say, Dana!
Tyson based me in that.
Yo, right. Yo, no lie, yo. Everybody left out the clubhouse hollering my name, telling on me. Everybody was telling. He the one had the fire going like that. It was him. My dad took me in the crib, yo. He beat he gave me a good ass whooping. That's the first time I ever got skin. Remember I said I beat the skin off your ass? Yeah. Nigga, I got the skin beat off my ass. You heard me? For that. But he said I did it because, nigga, you could have killed yourself.
Yeah, what month was that in?
Summertime.
So summertime. So by fall, a month later, you got your ass whooped 2 more times.
Yes, 2 more times.
So you learned your lesson.
That was for something different. It wasn't for the same type of scenario, though.
All right.
You know what I mean?
We understand that.
But after that, I cooled out. I said, you know what?
You stopped.
Maybe if parents got back to that, maybe it'd be a little more, maybe be less craziness going on.
Mm-hmm. It probably would, yeah.
And,
we got our ass whooped. We did something.
Balls in your jaw. Okay.
All right, y'all, we back to the Ha Baby podcast.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for keeping in tune with us.
Let's get it in. Like swimwear.
Welcome to the audit.
We great get into some classic albums And we got Bush Work over here. Bush Worker got one for us. And we want to tell you.
We're going to talk about a classic tonight. Came out November 23rd, 1993.
So what album we talking about?
Doggy Style.
Well, Doggy Style, okay.
Ha-ha, baby, what do you know? It's me, Oaky Doke. Oaky Doke.
You know this shit would come on, he be in the hot tub.
Oh, I do remember. I remember. I was in high school when that came out.
That was a moment.
Yeah. I mean, it was the fastest selling album within 24 hours.
Yeah, that was,
That's when they was counting album sales.
Yeah, that was, they was really selling records then, too. That wasn't no...
Chronic.
That
wasn't no streaming.
He did a platinum album in less than like 24 hours.
Then
it was highly anticipated.
He came straight off the Chronic, right?
Yeah, no, we talking about Doggy Style.
I know, but wasn't that like straight off the Chronic?
Fresh out the Chronic, yeah. Fresh out the Chronic, yeah. Because that was his album, too.
So quick, right. That's why I went. Because they already had a hot ass...
He already had the buzz, yeah. That's what I'm saying, he had the buzz.
But then the West needed somebody to bring it back, so with him, he did what he did. I mean,
they had his whole Snoop was the man. We can't hate Snoop.
That album,
Snoop had his own style.
That album from beginning to end is a classic.
Yes, it is.
Right. That's the definition of a classic. A classic is an album that you can play from beginning to end with no skips.
Right.
No
timeless piece of
When
work.
you skip one or two songs, it can be a good album, but not a classic. Or you can put, almost great, but we don't do that. So we actually do classic or good. And for that album, I remember going to Sounds of Market, going down there getting the tape. The tape was $7.99. You had to pay tax, so $8.56. It's like
Oh, you went to Sounds of Market? You went to the wall?
Sounds of Market.
He got the boy Charles. I ain't have to buy. I had a roommate in college. I was in my first year in college. My roommate came. He was just over there. He had the Dickies and every damn thing. So,
he was straight West Coast out.
He said, I've been playing that NWA and Snoop Dogg. And I'm like, who the hell is a Snoop Dogg?
Cause that shit was different.
Boy on what's it called? He got a group called the Dog Pound.
The Dog Pound, yeah.
He put that joint in, yo. I'm like, damn, yo.
Shit blew your mind, right?
Yeah, this shit is hot. We just kept playing. Niggas was coming like, yo, what's this? What's this? Like, no, that's that Doggy Style Snoop Dogg.
Yo, you gonna really play that tape from front to back back then.
Yeah, Doggy Style with that shit, man.
Now, when you bought your cassette, that yours had G's up holes down on there?
Yep.
Now, did you hear the remake he tried to put out with October London?
No.
He fucked it up.
Well,
because it's missing Nate Dogg. Like October London, I like October London, but he wasn't. They should have kept it the way it was.
Yeah, but you gotta reinvent for a new generation that doesn't want to go back and listen to old stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right? This is a generation that when they listen to music, classic is they don't understand what a classic is.
Right.
They only understand a song is 3 minutes long and it's microwave. They on to the next song. We listen to an album as a whole week.
Yes, we do.
Right? If I get the tape on Friday, I go from Friday to Friday listening for the lyrics, the production, the samples,
to the artwork,
to
the
everything, right?
Credit,
I open up the whole thing, read the whole album, where they recorded at, what samples they used, what they were doing, everything, who they thank you and everything.
Who the engineer was.
There's no more of that, right? So when you look at classic albums, we can go down the list, but we can understand that when Dog Style came out, it was the transition of the West taking over from basically NWA not being there.
It was, because it was a whole different sound.
When he brought the Chronic out in '92, it was at the time of the LA riots, so it just took off.
It was,
so again, the West was destroying the East Coast. Now we say that we were still on top because we were. We still had our Gangstas. We still had our BDP.
We still had Naughty by Nature because Naughty by Nature was holding it down.
We had Naughty by Nature. We had EPMD. We had Redman. We still had a whole bunch of people, right? So we still had who we had. We still had our boom bap era. Yeah. But what it did was when it came to with Dre and him taking the album and making it a movie and putting it to where the clarity is, then what he did was he made everybody elevate their production of how they did things, right? The engineering part, the clarity of it, the hearing of...
Because he was using musicians.
Yeah, but he was also sampling to where he was sampling and he was able to tweak and make sure that you heard everything.
No, like that's what he was doing. That he wasn't sampling, he was using musicians.
But if he dropping a bottle on the album, like, he ain't using no musician, right? He's making a sound. So when they drop the bottle, you really think you hear the bottle. Right, because of how it is coming through the headphones, right? So when we looking at back in the 80s and the 90s, we ain't had these kind of headphones. We had the small joints with the patty that you sitting there with the orange. So you was listening. You was like, what? You rewind it. You know, you had to rewind the tape back or the CD, right? So again, that album from beginning to end is a classic.
It was.
I mean, then you get to introduce, not even introduced because you knew who they were. You had Corrupt on there. You had Daz on there. You had
Lady of
Rage. You had RBX on there.
Nate Dogg, Jewels.
Nate Dogg, right? You had the Stylistics, right?
No, the Dramatics.
The Dramatics, I'm sorry. The Dramatics. So you had a bunch of...
Because they bass player was in the group.
You had a young, we didn't know who he was at the time, Bow Wow.
Yeah, right. He was on the I'm a motherfucking hustler. You niggas better recognize
That's Bow Wow. So again, we didn't even know who he was. So again, that album set the tone for a lot of where production is leading up until now, right? People want to sit there and say, oh, I got this engineer, he the best engineer. Your engineer is somebody that's in the house or the basement that's learning how to do things, right? Much like how Dre learned.
Yeah.
But it can get to that point where, you know, but again, that album was
that album was a
fire mic.
masterpiece.
It was fire mic. You know what I mean? It was.
They didn't even give it 5 mics when it came out, though. That was the fucked up part about it.
No, they wasn't prepared. They
went back and gave it later.
Yeah, because they wasn't used to that sound yet. They had to grow on them.
I think the first. I think the Chronic got 5 mics.
No, neither one of them, because they said the Chronic, because that was the first album he was using live instrumentation, and they brought that up. I went back and read the article with the source they gave it.
So who was the first
album to get 5 mics? They gave it like 4.5.
Who got 5 mics?
Who got 5 mics?
I mean, we know Illmatic,
Outkast, Biggie, a lot of East Coast niggas, Ice Cube.
So they all started.
Because America's Most Wanted got 5 mics.
No, Death Certificate.
No, it didn't. They should have got 5 mics, but it didn't.
Yeah.
They said it was too West Coast, and they hated on Death Certificate. I don't know why. Death Certificate is just as good as America's Most, if not better. Because Minister Society was based on it. I'm going off the subject.
No, you good.
He pointing to the camera.
I'm just looking around, you know, because when I talk, I look around. I'm sorry.
So, again, you want to understand that, you know, when we talk about classics, we talk about music, we talk about instrumentation, we talk about the sampling, we talk about all that. We talk about even the lyrics, right? Snoop took us on a journey.
Yeah.
If you never been to LBC, if you never been to the West Coast, you can actually close your eyes and picture everything.
That's true.
A lot of people never been to the West Coast, right?
That's true.
But if you close your eyes, you understand. You understand gang culture through there. You understand everything. You understand them sitting on, you know, low riders, or they sitting there hitting switches, or whatever it may be that they use with their lingo. We can go and listen to that album, and you like, yo.
Even the skits. The shit with the W-ball shit and all that shit. That shit was crazy.
That's dozens.
That was next level.
Right. That was dozens, right? That's playing the dozens, so they joking around and stuff like that.
Right.
Why do you think the album was a classic?
Because it had babies. It impacted a genre. It's artists out there right now still trying to duplicate what was done on that project. They whole lingo, the way they was talking, the whole vibe, the aesthetic, the whole thing made it a classic. The whole energy, it was the time period. Remember, at that time, he was fighting for his life. And he went ahead and he made that album, and he rushed that album because the distributors wanted that album quick. So he really didn't get to finish the album.
Yeah, Interscope wanted that thing real quick.
So that's just crazy how they just took a little bit and made that a lot. So it definitely has to be a classic.
How many cuts was it? 14? Was it 14 or 15?
What, when the album came out?
No, how many songs was
on the album?
I think it was 14 records on there.
13.
13.
No, I'm counting G's up, hold it down too, because it was like 30, it was like 14.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But again,
because remember, they had the next episode credited on there, but it wasn't a song.
And then we listen to Life After Death. What Big say? I want to make an album like Snoop.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell for $1 million like Snoop. Oops.
Right? Because again, Life After Death is the mirror image of.
Listen to Ready to Die. What's the first beat you had when they walking Biggie out the cell? The Shiznit. Like that. You could tell they was listening to that when he was making that album. It's the influence. That's what I said. It's Small Babies.
I forgot. Like, what did Trey say he listened to? I think it was when he made the Chronic. Oh, A Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory.
Low End Theory.
Low End Theory made him make because they just got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So Dre said, listening into Low End Theory made me go make the Chronic. Because if you listen to Low End Theory, it's a masterpiece within itself.
I can see
That's
that.
a great masterpiece.
I can see that.
That's another one we'll talk about for later date and time. You know, so
that's my biggest argument. Which one is the better album, Marauders or Low End Theory? Because both of them albums is just so crazy.
It is just.
But I kind of like Marauders a little better because of the song, right? The whole thing, like how the album start off with the Steve Bilko joint. That's my joint.
But it's just, I don't know. Low End Theory is probably
because of Scenario and all those records like
not
that.
Even that.
And what's that? Check the Rhyme was on there. When Check the Rhyme on there.
Yeah. So I mean, it's different. It's different to understand. You know. Yeah. Again, the East Coast still influenced the West. Yeah. If you don't make Low End Theory, you don't get the Chronic. Okay. And when you get the Chronic, you don't get Doggy Style.
You don't get Doggy Style, right?
Because again.
And then you don't get dog food.
Oh, I ain't. Nah. You talk about with the Dog Pound?
Dog Pound album.
That album's good.
Yeah, that album, that's another classic. Nah, that don't get spoken about. Good.
I ain't gonna give it classic. It's hard to get classic, you know.
If it ain't, it's damn near. Maybe it got some flaws, but that album is a crazy album.
You giving it?
It started a war too. That New York record.
You know what I mean? What you think? Oh,
I'm listening. They all was good albums, but I'll let y'all debate on that one.
Fun fact about Mr. Oaky Doke over here. He didn't know Bitches Ain't Shit was about Eric Wright.
I didn't know. I didn't know that he was dissing Easy on that joint on his verse.
Look how he looking at you.
I thought he said, no, when I listened to it, I'm hollering out. I used to know a whole name, Mary White. We used to walk around.
No, he said Eric Wright.
I know, you told Eric Wright. I'm all loud and shit. Mary White. She rocked my whole night. I'm saying that shit right.
Yo, that hurt my stomach when he told me that, man.
I mean, who you know who wrote it already?
Who wrote that for him?
Yeah.
DOC, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, DOC did write that verse.
Yeah, I know that much. But I couldn't, the way he say it, it don't sound like he's saying Eric.
No, he said Eric Wright. We used to roll around
Mary
White. That night.
Yeah. But I thought he was a dyke bitch, a lesbian bitch. They like to roll with his fucking hoes that night. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, to be honest with you.
He didn't know Always in the Sun was about Q, neither.
Right.
When he was like, Dre, I was hollering at your bitch, O'Shea.
Yeah.
He was low.
Yeah, I didn't know he was talking about Ice Cube. I didn't know his name was O'Shea.
You know his name O'Shea?
No, until later on.
He said it back then on the NWA album.
Man, I ain't pay that shit no attention.
You ain't read the inside.
I looked at NWA. Nigga, I looked at the cover and that was it. The big boys had it. So they let you use it look at it for so fast.
That cover was
see, this what look like. Then they take it back. All right. And put it back
Which one? The Straight Outta Compton one? Or
I'm talking the original one. Where all of them was on it. It was deep.
And Straight Outta Compton when they got the, I think what's the name, got the 38.
That's the second album cover. I'm talking the first one when they like in the back street or something. They got the car and they all...
You talking about NWA and the Posse?
Yeah. I'm talking NWA. Yeah, that's what
the first album, NWA and the Posse with the original Boys in the Hood.
Right. That's the one I'm talking about.
Got you.
Then 1,000 Miles and Running and all that. I mean,
that's at the Strata Compton.
No, I meant to say Strata Compton. I meant to say Strata Compton. They had like a cartoon drawing, right?
For 100 Miles and Running?
With like the guns and all that.
No, they all just be standing like they got somebody surrounded, and I think Eazy-E or something got the gun pointed at somebody.
Okay.
Like a visible person.
Yeah, I don't remember that cover too much.
Because Arabian Prince on that cover too.
I'm just saying, I got you.
Because they got the whole group on the cover. Because remember, he left after the first album.
I could listen to the
We're about to get Rob a job down at the Smithsonian.
He is in the Smithsonian there.
We're going to give him a hip-hop Smithsonian tour. You been to the African American Museum yet?
No, I did what you were just talking about. We was having a conversation. I was one of the ones that bought the album, and I read the shit from cover to cover. I read the cartoons, the linen notes, who wrote the songs, who produced the song, who did the arrangements, who programmed the drums, and what studio they recorded it in.
Y'all see, Rob.
And what color drawers they had on that night when they dropped. What were they smoking, nigga? What were they smoking on that night? Was that the Chronic or the Kush?
They got from the Jamaican boy. That was on the records.
Well, what was Rick James smoking, nigga, when he made Super Freak?
I don't know.
He was up
That's
in
baby
Buffalo.
in them. I don't know. They from New Orleans. They probably was snorting, so they might smoking
He's
that.
not that baby. He said Rick James.
I said Rick James, man.
Rick James
Oh,
from
wait, he was
Buffalo.
probably snorting something too. He smoked his weed and he snorted his little shit too.
Yeah, Rick James from Buffalo.
Yeah.
he was.
Rick James was a rock star.
Yeah, he was the man.
He was.
Yeah, he was a rock star.
They get a Grammy for that or American Music Award?
No, Snoop never got a Grammy until later on. Death Row, none of them Death Row albums got Grammys. They was nominated, but none of them got a Grammy.
Right, of course they wasn't gonna give Suge that money.
Yeah, they wasn't gonna get Suge.
They wasn't giving Suge that money.
About to come home too.
Yeah, they wasn't gonna get Suge that money. Yeah, Suge ready to come home because Diddy grade shit. Because Diddy grade shit, my dudes. Mm-hmm. That's why everybody coming home who's been around that
King
man. Everybody coming home.
R. Kelly.
All of them.
R. Kelly about to come home. Everybody.
Buffy gone, man.
You know they just leaked a phone call with him and his son this morning.
He gonna be walking down there. He gonna be walking down the jail cell like he was walking in that video.
I've been around the world.
No, the other one. When they first, remember he was all wild, dancing and shit.
The total video where he be dancing on the step.
No, the first video. When he jumping all around, jumping in the pool, acting crazy on Juicy.
Oh, Juicy.
Yeah, he gonna be coming down dancing like that down the jail cell.
He gonna come
singing the hook to tomorrow. You look everywhere.
Right. Greased up. He gonna be oiled down, shining like a motherfucker.
Take that who you are.
Remember, he brought bling to the game. He the one that brought the shiny shit to the game. So he gonna be shiny as shit in jail. Baby oil. They gonna call that nigga baby oil. Not Puff, baby oil.
He's sitting on court.
He gonna be throwing Diddy parties at jail, cuz.
Oh, he gonna have a good time. He gonna turn the jail out.
He gonna turn him out.
He turn him out. Diddy gonna be the head of the talent show. And if anybody want to perform, they gotta give Diddy head first.
They're gonna be making Ciroc hooch.
If you want the producer all in your cell.
Right. All up in you.
Yep.
Sale.
All in the video.
Come to Bad Boy.
Right.
That's gonna be interesting.
I still don't see what Suge said offensive about that.
Nothing. He didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I don't think he said nothing wrong.
They can try and get Suge out the way, man. That's all.
It is what it is. So let's wrap up. You understand? We didn't had a good night tonight. We didn't talk about butts and tits, reparations, your analogy of Wizard of Oz, being canceled and cancel culture. Do us as black men vote? The comments
my man
to
with
us.
The stud finder in the crib.
A stud finders.
Right.
And then the hip hop classic album of Doggy Style. You can't get no better than that here on the Ha Ha Baby Show.
Ha Baby. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much, everybody.
Most
Coldest
definitely.
winter coming out soon.
We'll see y'all on the next episode. Tune in.
Balls in your show. Okay.
This is the Ha Ha Baby Podcast. And we up in this building tonight. I got my boys Bush Worker and my boy Negatron with me up in this building.
And we about to get canceled tonight.
There we go.
You know, we're going to do this the right way tonight, though. Because we're going to talk about some things that we need to talk about.
He's sensitive, motherfucker.
Baby, what do you know? It's me, Oaky Doke. Oaky Doke.
So what were they canceling now? If we in 2024.
Everything they can try to find and cancel.
So we gotta be sensitive.
They're gonna cancel the wrong vegetables in a minute.
Right, they already doing it. They canceling every damn thing. They just won't cancel one thing. My goddamn court appearance. That's the only thing they won't goddamn cancel. Cancel that. Shit. Yo, when to cancel something.
They just postpone it.
Right, that's it.
Yeah, they don't cancel it.
Come on, man. Stop that. But it's all good though. To each his own. Cause see, when we were growing up, they wanted to crush our culture. Now they done took it and ran with it. At one time, we all over the world. Our culture all over. Everybody wearing baggy jeans, big shirts, hats. Nigga, we created it. Fuck own it. We created it.
But we don't own it. We created everything.
We don't own nothing.
We created everything.
Okay, there you go. And we've been canceled from the beginning, right or wrong. So they want to talk cancel culture. We've been born in the cancel culture. Shit.
Yeah, but I mean, look at today's society, yo. You know what I mean? It's just sensitivity now, right? Everybody's sensitive to things you say.
To certain things they want to be sensitive to.
But
that's true. They bully you and do all types of shit all day long, but then when you spend back on the block on them, it's a problem.
They pick and choosing, yup.
That's true, but you know how we say, we grew up in the 80s, right? So we said words that we knew what we said, and then now you say it and it's become offensive. That's why I was watching even when recently
we were taught them words in the 80s. We were little kids. We were taught them words from the older people that we heard say them names to them people or whatever it was.
I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about like,
no, I'm just saying,
I remember watching the NASA go up, and then it blew up, right?
Right.
The next day we went to school and I think it was like 5th or 6th grade. He said NASA need another 7 astronauts. The genius behind that was a kid. Right. But you get canceled for that now because if they die going up into exploration, right? Oh, you can't say that. What do you mean? We took it as a joke, like need another 7 astronauts. Who would think?
What about Move? If you want to get on that, even Move was the same way.
Yeah. True.
It was the same way that song came on. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn.
You right.
So the same as y'all mean. So it always been going on.
Yeah, but I think that with the day, and I'm for y'all. I'm not saying I'm not against it. I mean, in the sense that you should be able to say what you want to say when you want to say it.
What need to be canceled in the culture of every day you out there in them goddamn Crocs. That need to be canceled.
I agree.
Cancel them goddamn Crocs every goddamn day that you wearing.
How about scrubs for people who are working in the hospital?
Well, people, I let them slide with the scrubs. I scrubs.
I know somebody with scrubs ain't never
worked. And they ain't working. They wearing scrubs, then they wearing the
and the Crocs.
And they ain't going nowhere.
You don't know they nursing or daycare people.
I know they're in front of the deli with a bear in their hand and a damn Lucy. That's what the fuck that. What's up, dog? Who you
selling some bullshit ass weed?
No, they ain't selling shit. They begging for some motherfucking change to go get another beer or a cigarette.
Damn.
Yeah. Comfortable.
Cancel them.
Relaxing, yes. Cancel them. Cancel those.
Oh, no, they ain't gonna do that.
You know what I mean? We already know that.
Why not?
They want to cancel the one saying something.
So again, do you have to watch what you say then?
What happened to freedom of speech and Fifth Amendments and all those? All that got thrown out the window, huh?
No, I ain't get thrown out the window. It only goes for who they chose to want to bother with.
So it got thrown out the window. They put loopholes on it.
Is it loopholes or is it those can use it the way they want to use it?
That's
when we say those, the understanding of we know it's those who have the ability to take words, put it in a way to form in that of adverse understanding of how society is, right?
Right.
So when we say us around this table, we say nigga, right? And we use it. The understanding is, do we really understand the etymology of the word nigga? Right? So people say, well, it came here, or it means king, and this, that, and the third. When I hear it, and I know when I watch movies and documentaries and the understanding of coming about and where that word comes from, it's a derogatory word. So when they want to cancel something, how can we can't cancel in our culture when it was a word we didn't make up?
That's true.
Right, we just don't want to hear.
That's a word we was being called, and we just took it and flipped it on and made it something. We took something they was trying to call us.
It became a term of endearment where we was calling on people, which is the word we
wasn't using the ER with it. We used the A.
Yeah, we took the ER out. We put a GA on it.
Yeah, we
put 2 G's and an A on that joint.
So,
the word's still negative. I agree with you on that part, but it's just that niggas made it a term of endearment.
True. And you can look at it from the standpoint of, is it a mentality?
Nigga mean that shit. Nigga means that shit.
But it's like John.
Because even when they built whatever the man did, that was that nigga that did that stoplight right there. that was that nigga right there that did that.
So that sounds like the word John then. Person, place, or thing.
Person, place, or
I got
thing.
you.
All right.
You know what I mean? But it's just that now we done made the word so hip that everybody wants to use it, not understanding the terminology where it comes from.
Right.
We made it that y'all can't.
Because that's something y'all been calling us since we got to this moment.
But it's not still, once again, the word, we flipped it.
Yeah,
so now they saying, go ahead, you nigger. Now you calling me out my name because you
we
you
put
said
the ER,
on it. No, you call me a nigga. You ain't say a
Right,
you
put
said
the
a
on it, right.
So some people will get up in you for that.
Hell yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But the A is what we always use with each other. Like, my nigga, yo,
because it basically is 2 definitions. One mean one thing and one mean another thing.
Well, that's why I think for me, I stopped using the word and just say beloved.
Well, I say good brother on my sister.
Right. I work away. I try to stay away from it and just say, hey, what's up, beloved? Right? And or how you doing, sister? Right? Okay. And then understand that we got to get from that term of endearment that we use it as positive and use other words, right? And it's like, talking to Shannon Briggs one time. Yeah. That's why he always call everybody champ, because you don't want to use the word nigga. So, what I mean? Let's go champ. That's what he's saying is, hey, what's going on, champ? So everybody's champ, which is we can have other words to use in today's society.
That's true. It's a whole plethora of other words we can use.
Yep.
But it's just the way it roll off your tongue, nigga. That's just the way it roll. That's my nigga. I'm just saying that.
It sound good, right?
That is my little nigga right there. He ain't about a soul. Come here, nigga. Let me give you $1 with your big ass.
What did Paul Mooney say?
I mean, what did Mooney say?
Nigga, make my teeth whiter.
Paul said, I say nigga so many times, I make my teeth white, right? So again, yes, it can be used to understand, but again, let's try to, with the cancel culture and understanding, let's move to other words where we know.
That's true, because if they see us stop using the word, they'll stop using the word.
Well, they ain't gonna stop using the word, Rob. You tripping?
No, they
ain't gonna stop using the word.
They just gonna call somebody else that. They ain't gonna call.
They
ain't call their jacket a nigga now. I'm putting on that nigga tonight. I'm going to the club in that nigga. I'm gonna look good. Cause the shit they done took bro to girl. So what make you think they won't flip something like that? They took the word bro for females now.
That shit get on my nerves.
Yeah, bro, I'm saying, bro, what you doing tonight, bro?
That shit get on my
nerves.
I be ready to fight.
What the fuck? What are you?
Listen, I'm in the school system and I hear so much. I'm tired. I'm like, you call a sister or a girl bro?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that shit.
Which is short for what? Brother,
right.
So how you calling a female bro that's short for brother?
Out of pocket. And then on top of that one, did you hear? One day I'm walking down the street.
Okay.
This young girl holler out loud as shit. I'm trying to get my dick sucked. Trying to get my dick sucked. Where the fuck you get a dick at?
I guess she talking about her
dick. She a stud?
Yeah, she is a stud, but so still, where'd she get her dick? Where'd she get a dick from? You ain't getting no goddamn feeling with no strap on.
Yo, I got a new thing now.
Dick got feeling.
You know what what we should start doing?
Dick got feeling.
But you know what we should start doing?
She ain't got no goddamn dick.
I got one in my crib, but I think I'm gonna start using.
What, you got a dick in your crib?
No.
What you talking about?
Talk about a stud finder. Find studs out here.
A stud finder?
I'm about to say,
everybody got no dick. No. Start walking around like, yo, listen, I got a stud finder. Are you a stud?
You know what I mean? Studs. They all studs.
That shit crazy.
You know?
They wild, man.
It's getting out of control, right?
Then they call themselves, and then the boys calling they boy pussy.
What?
Boy pussy.
Where you hear this at, man?
Out in the damn streets, cousin.
For real?
No lie, man. They saying they got boy pussy. And girls hollering they want their dick sucked. All right? This shit is crazy. Cancel culture. They
cancel that.
That shit need to be canceled.
Right. They off the man. They
cancel that immediately.
These kids is thrown off out here.
Get that shit out of here.
That out of here, man.
It's crazy, man.
But I blame the powers that be for that. Because that's the agenda that's being pushed.
Yeah, that's beyond agenda.
Is it agenda or is it household?
It's everywhere.
It's all of it. Because you can't chastise your kids no more, so they're going to flow with what they want to flow with. If you do chastise them, they're going to try to run away or accuse you of abusing them. The system going to get you. Then once the system get them anyway, the system going to abuse them any goddamn way, way more than what you going to abuse them. So they got them all the way. They got them by the balls and toes too. You know what I mean? So, I ain't got any, but parents might don't have to text you, but if you come with me, I'm damn sure going to put you in line.
Balls in your jaw. Okay.
Okay.
And then Jeff would come down, they said, when he was in his teenage years, and I know this for fact, because speaking Nell, is that Nell was the one who taught him Transformers.
And what was Nell's crew name? Because everybody had a little crew. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, you think I was with the crew? Like, you think I was carrying the crates?
No, I understand you ain't carrying the crates, but I'm trying to ask. We got the OG on the line with us, so I'm trying to find out.
I'm trying to find out who Nell is myself.
Yeah, Grandmaster Nell. His name is Grandmaster Nell.
Grandmaster Nell.
Yeah, Grandmaster Nell.
There was a lot of Grandmasters.
But back then, though, everybody was still sectional. Yeah, North Philly, South Philly, West Philly. So certain areas, people didn't really
because you couldn't go to North Philly if you ain't know nobody.
And stuff like that.
I'm going to push back a little bit because in the hip-hop era, you did have blocks, but at the end of the day, we ended up down the Belmont Plateau where everybody go.
Okay.
But I'm gonna throw this trivia out there for you. Who's the first rapper then, if you want to talk about it? And they from Philly.
The first rapper.
Yeah, let's see if you know your trivia.
Kingpin.
No. Remember Jocko? Jocko, where you been? Around the corner and back again. That's really the first rapper.
Jocko was an old head.
Jocko was one of the first rappers out there before even Melly Mel, Africa Bambaataa, and them. Jocko was actually the first rapper.
Yeah, he brought it to the forefront to make everybody.
People, they forget and don't know about Jocko, but Jocko was the first rapper.
I remember Jocko. He snap his fingers.
I heard about Jocko.
Yeah, he snap his fingers and rap.
My grandma used to always talk about Jocko.
Yep. So.
He was an old head then, though.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was an old head back then.
Yeah, he was old.
So he used to say little rhymes in between the segments or whatever.
Jocko, baby, from around the black. Don't sit on the block. Jocko, what say I'm around the back? Like that is what you do.
But I thought Gil, you know, some of that shit Gil Scott Heron was
Around the corner and back again.
There you go.
Right.
Yep. So you know what I mean. So we know the origin. You know, hip hop's origin starts back really here in the city of Philadelphia.
So you say it was the dollar parties. That was the most expensive that they was back then to have a good time was $1. That was like a high price.
It was, man. 50 cents and $1 on the weekend.
They was rubber dubbing in that basement.
50 cents $1. And y'all, and I want to ask you another question. And back then, right, it was a good time. Everybody went home with blue balls. Excuse my French, but everybody went home with blue balls, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, because they had it great. That's not. I'm just saying it was a good time back then.
Yeah.
Everybody danced.
Everybody danced. Right? He was on that wall.
Who started the color light shit?
Well, we were mostly kids.
Yeah, that's 70s.
Say that again.
We were mostly kids, and that was the funny part about hip hop, right? Because as kids, right, a lot of us didn't understand that the artist was grown men sometimes.
Okay, right.
Melly Mel and a lot of those guys, they were up there.
Right.
But we were all 12, 13, 15. We just wanted to come out, dance around, jump around, and have some fun.
Everybody's the goddamn cook. Right, everybody is cook. Everybody went from cooking dinners to now they're a caterer. And now everybody is opening up these goddamn restaurants. Everybody can cook.
Ha ha, baby! What do you know? It's me, Oaky Doke. Oaky Doke.
How do we get all our best chefs from these restaurants now that went from restaurants to I was cooking in the house since I was 12. I was cooking since I was 14.
Ain't went to no school though.
They ain't been there. But you gotta remember, before it was schools, your people teach you how to cook.
There you go.
Your auntie, your grandma. Oh, now everybody out here, they microwave queens.
Yeah, because, this.
Hello, caller.
Yes,
how are you? Yes,
I'm
speaking.
Good. How are you?
All right, welcome to the Ha Baby Show. Yes, okay. we sitting here talking about restaurants and soul food and stuff like that. Do you have any opinions, anything about what's going on now with this food and stuff that they cooking in these places?
Yes. Actually, I do. So I have a question. It's a dire question that has been on my mind for quite some time. Can you please explain to me why, when I try to support Black restaurants, and I go in there and place my order, and things that I order, they keep telling me, oh, no, we ain't got that. We don't got that.
Can I ask you a question?
Can I get some greens? No, we ain't got that. Can I get some sweet potatoes? No, we ain't got that. Well, what do you have? So can you explain to me why African-American establishments never have what's on the menu?
Yes, I want to ask you a question, though, first. Then I can explain that one to you. What time do you go and get your food from these places?
What do they got to do with it?
What do they have to do with it?
Break it down.
At least 4 o'clock. At least by 4 o'clock.
Okay, at least 4 o'clock. Now, it depends on what time you order your food, because a lot of people don't cook no more. So they ordering way before you at your 4 o'clock. You got people that ain't cooking for lunch or cooking for dinner. So they gonna order the food up before you decide that you hungry and you make your call. Now they don't have nothing left because they only cook just enough to make, that one pot. They ain't cooking 12 or 6 burners of collard greens or the good yams. We love them yams and mac and them greens. I agree with you.
That's why they go fast.
But they go fast because they only make one pot. They ain't making 4 or 6 pots. You know how Black folks do.
Well, then don't be open.
I agree with you on.
You missing one important fact. Oh.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
we don't got no credit to call U.S. food, so we go into the supermarket getting the food.
That's
right?
true.
You got these big time restaurants that got credit where they getting the food delivered, daily and everything. We up there getting the food from Brown's supermarket and all the other supermarkets, and then we don't have it.
Well, maybe we might need to start doing.
What's that?
We might need to start our own gardens and start growing this stuff ourselves.
What?
Even
they're going to grow the weed in the garden, so stop.
Hey,
they're going to mix it in.
Hey,
you're going to get people eating greens and getting high.
Hey, it'll work.
Hey, that'll work.
It'll work.
It'll work.
It'll work because everybody taking edibles now.
Yeah, that's
everybody eating edibles.
That is true. I just saw a restaurant that sells nothing but edibles.
They could do it, but they need to start.
I can't tell you. Got me off camera.
Maybe that's what we might need. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we need to start gardening a little bit more and use some of these abandoned lots and things like that, and start opening, making our own little gardens, and we can supply our own little restaurants so that we can have more collard greens and sweet potatoes. And all the good stuff that we like to eat. Because,
you gotta remember.
Yeah, you made a good point. The understanding is that they calling early because they're not cooking no more, right?
Yeah.
You gotta remember, Big Mama's not around no more, so these young girls don't know how to cook, so they call in the restaurant talking, and then what they do is they throw away the styrofoam and act like they cook. And kids like, oh, Mom, this is good. You cook this? And then, what's that?
Or they go get a can of greens and add the fresh meat to it and make it look like they did some shit.
Right. So the restaurant itself is not a bad thing, but it's just like, our caller said is that, why are we running out of things? I was in a restaurant down in Baltimore on a weekday. It was a Monday. Took my daughter down there to go see Morgan State, went to the restaurant mid-afternoon. It was about 8 people in there. And I asked them, can I get, the little salmon bites? We don't have no salmon.
Dang.
All right, can I get this? We don't have that. I even ordered chicken Alfredo, and they ain't had no chicken.
Like you said.
I had to get Alfredo with the sauce.
What you said. They only bought one box of the salmon. They only could afford that little bit of salmon to whatever their price range was.
Yeah, whoever did the order probably fucked the order up.
Yeah, and the fact they couldn't afford how much it was. So they only could buy a little bit of at a time, hoping that nobody don't really, too many people don't order that at that time.
Yeah, but on a Monday? Come on. That's not a Friday.
Were they open on Sunday?
I believe they were.
So there you
That's
go.
Probably
Sunday,
they probably sold all the shit on Sunday.
On the Sunday. Yo, you know how that go. Black people, we love soul food. Y'all know that.
Especially on a Sunday.
So it's like you playing Russian roulette when it come to going to a soul food restaurant.
That is true.
Your mouth watering for
you watering for something and then you get in there.
With the church, we call early.
But that's how I do it. When I go to it's a church I go to, I make sure I call them early every time. That's what you do. Don't wait till later on to get hungry about 4 or 5. Because you ain't gonna get none of the good stuff you want. You got to call them as soon as they start.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Even if you got to tell them, put the platter to the side. I'll take it cold and put it in the microwave and heat it back up. At least you got what you wanted.
Yeah. Or cook it yourself.
That is true. But today's restaurants
if you're tired, you don't
issue.
want to cook it yourself. That's why you calling them, because that's the whole purpose of you trying to get what you want at that time, because you might have had a hard day at work, but you got to taste for some greens and some yams and some mac and some baked chicken.
I've been trying to get some damn.
But if it go fast, that's just how it is. We only cooking but one plate. We ain't keep cooking over and over again. Y'all know that. They cooking at one time, and that's that.
Most definitely.
Balls in your jaw. Okay.